Hey everybody, it's back to Red vs. Blue again. I'm sitting here after Mechacon, had a good time. I saw plenty of folks at the Ruby panel, and hope to see more of you folks again at RTX. I'll be there. But it's time for Red vs. Blue episode 14 of season 13, Counseling. Alright, let's do it.
Forget my very existence, and then expect me to help you when you're in trouble?
Yes.
Finally! All I ever wanted was to be included.
This is why no one respects you.
Come on, O'Malley. Don't be such a negative Nancy.
If you had a dog to chew through its leash and run into traffic. Hey, I had a dog that did that. Surprising no.
There you are. What the hell have you all been doing? Oh, just a little thing we like to call saving the planet. We've got Kimmel's men threatening to leave the capital, while Doyle's forces are setting up a perimeter to keep them in. If we don't act soon, we're going to have another civil war on our hands.
Don't you worry your pretty little yellow striped head, Wash. We've got everything under control.
How?
An honest and down-to-earth counseling session.
What?
A counseling session. Just you two and your closest friends. Here to talk and support you.
This is a waste of time.
I concur. See? You're already agreeing on things. The system works.
Good point.
I'm so sorry. Okay, let's start things off with a little role-playing, shall we? Oh, yeah, dibs on police officer. What? Come on, don't be shy. Look, it's easy. Griff, why don't you pretend to be me, and I'll pretend to be you.
Hey, everybody, look at me. I'm Doc.
And I'm Dexter Griff, reporting for duty. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot that I'm a worthless sack of human excrement that wouldn't be called dead following orders. Because I'm too busy wishing my parents loved me as much as my sister. Maybe if I had a stable father figure growing up, I wouldn't be so opposed to order. But I guess that's just what happens when your mother turns tricks behind the elephant cages at the circus.
Yeah.
Yes. Have some more cotton candy.
Nice circus.
Oh, gosh.
Damn.
Sorry about that. Maybe we should try something else.
O'Malley's evil. I like him.
Make progress.
The meta.
Yes. Any additional information we can gather on our enemy is vital to success.
Would it not be more beneficial to discuss Agents Carolina and Washington?
No. I have a full understanding of Washington. His background no longer interests me. The same can be said for Carolina.
Very well. What would you like to know?
The meta had the potential for perfection. How is it possible that he was defeated by a group of incompetent simulation troopers?
Agent Maine survived numerous injuries during his time with the Freelancers. Most would have been lethal had they been inflicted upon any other man. However, in the end, 4 puncture wounds and a suit resulted in asphyxiation by liquid. He drowned.
I'm aware of how he died. I want to know why he was unable to prevent it.
As did the rest of us. It seemed impossible at the time, but as you've already seen, simulation troopers are extraordinarily resilient.
He had every possible advantage.
They had each other. They had what our agents never fully achieved, complete and total faith in one another. I think it's important to note that had the Reds and Blues combated Agent Maine prior to the destruction of his AI, it's possible events may have gone differently.
Why is that?
You must remember that Agent Maine and the Meta are 2 distinctly different psyches. The Meta was the result of the Sigma AI manipulating Maine. His sole objective was perfection. When the AI fragments were destroyed by Agent Washington, the Meta was destroyed along with them, leaving behind a damaged shell of a man. Unlike Sigma, his only remaining goal was to obtain power. His actions were more reckless, his behavior more sporadic.
And before Sigma, what was he like then?
A brute. Strong, unrelenting, fearless. He had no qualms when asked to do the unpleasant, the morally questionable.
Yes, Squirt.
Because despite what many thought of him, he knew he was, at his core, a soldier. And his actions inevitably served the greater good.
The greater good is irrelevant. His actions should have been his orders, nothing more.
No. That would make him a slave.
When you say Neil performed at his best when controlled by Sigma, when the meta strove to be the perfect weapon,
You're mistaken in assuming Sigma's definition of perfection. The Meta never wanted to be a weapon. The Meta wanted to be human.
Fascinating.
Is there anything else you wish to discuss?
No.
Have you noticed a change in your behavior since entering the gateway? I understand the portal attacked the minds of its inhabitants, confronting them with their greatest fears. That could have lasting effects on an individual.
I'm fine.
I'm inclined to disagree.
You're overstepping your boundaries, Counselor.
I'm merely doing my job.
Your job is
Would you like to know what Felix is afraid of?
Locus, the teams are ready. We need you out front.
Of course.
I'll be right there.
Oh dear.
Gotta say, love what you did with Sharkface. You've got more guts than I gave you credit for.
I've worked with dangerous patients before.
True. But if Sharkface ever found out you worked for Freelancer, I can't imagine things would play out nicely. Keep up the
Interesting.
good work, Bryce.
It's one hell of a threat.
Tucker, when you call me names like stupid, and really stupid, it makes me feel sad.
Perfect. Now you, Tucker.
Caboose, when you volunteered us to demonstrate speaking our feelings, it made me feel like hitting you in the goddamn mouth. Yes. Well, now I feel sadder. Are we doing this right?
Right as rain.
Oh, good. Well, then now I feel happy again. I don't counseling.
Okay, Kimball and Doyle have to be off to the side, getting things together on it.
Your
Nope.
turn.
I'm sorry, but how much longer
Ah,
will we...
Kimball has a speaking ball right now.
Doc, this isn't going to work.
Not with that attitude.
Attitude isn't our problem. It's a complete and total breakdown in cooperation.
Well, cooperation is a two-way street, Miss Kimball. Oh, boy.
If you want to stay in this death trap of a city, that's fine. But don't think for a second I'm letting you bring down the New Republic with you.
Okay, now if we could just
Leaving
all...
is suicide. You need us just as much as we need you. If you run off now, you'll doom us all.
Okay, guys,
I'd rather die trying something than waste another second standing around here.
Kimball?
I have the speaking ball!
Speaking? Oh,
Yes. And you know what? I'm done talking. I'm ready for action.
Wait, please, look, can't you just say one nice thing about the other person? Something? Anything?
I always imagined you as a tyrant, a madman bent on absolute control. Now I see I was wrong. You're just a stubborn, incompetent man, and I don't know what's worse.
ooh, that's burn. Do you know what your problem is, Vanessa? You're far too eager to die for your beliefs. When you felt your government had betrayed you, you stood against it. When your leaders fell before you, you took their place. And now, when we are at our most vulnerable, you want to fight. I can honestly say that I've never met a more courageous individual in all my life.
What? What? I mean, all right, great job.
I wish I had a tenth of the courage that you possess. Maybe if I did, I'd have made a better general. But I don't. And I'm afraid. Not just for myself, but for my people.
They're my people too.
Which is precisely why we should be working to save them.
You think some cheap compliments are going to win me over?
Why do you insist on fighting me? Look, guys, if we can just... what was that? General Kimball, we're under attack! What? That's impossible. They'd never risk a bombing run. Well, that's the thing. They're actually not.
Full assault.
Let's go to work.
Okay. Full assault there. A lot of interesting stuff in that one. I kind of impressed that the counselor was spot on about how about the strength of the sim troopers and the weaknesses of his own people. The whole thing about they act together while the freelancers tore themselves apart. Ignore the cat butt. Hello, Squirt. You want to be popular with the people on YouTube? Okay. The whole thing with the counselor is interesting. He's very dangerous, and he does know what's going on. That could be. Does make me wish to do. Of course, they weren't going to do it, of course, but that we kind of heard what Felix was afraid of. And there's some ideas, but it's hard to say. But I wonder how many people have caught on that how much Locus has shifted his personality. I did like the whole thing about the difference between main and the meta and the post-meta main. How they were effectively 3 different people. And sorry about that, folks. Good kitty. Good kitty. Alright, before my cat blocks the camera again, y'all take care. See you next week.